Jill, great to see you. I should also point out, among the many things you do, you're probably the busiest woman I know, apart from my wife, Jo, who's pretty busy too. But you do a lot.
She's very busy. Well, first of all, hello, my long-lost friend, and thank you for having me.
Good to see you.
You're having me on for my most favorite thing to talk about, which is female entrepreneurship and when you're stuck, getting unstuck. And I think that's the biggest thing for people sitting at home who have an idea and they say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the first step is to take. So I'm so grateful and jazzed that you're doing this, because that's what She Made It is based on. It's based on an idea that you might have in your head and you can't sleep and you can't breathe and you know you want it to come to life. And so it's just how to get it off the ground.
So how do those business entrepreneurs that you've come in contact with, how do they get unstuck? How do they overcome what I know is their sort of fundamental fear in many cases?
That's such a good word to use, fear. If the fear of not doing your business is bigger than the fear of actually doing it, that's when you know you have a business. So I always say there are 3 requirements, and that's the perfect one. Like, you can't bear to not do this business because you believe in it so wholeheartedly. You can't sleep. You're constantly writing notes. That's the first thing. If you don't believe in it, no one else would. The second thing is white space. Is there white space in the market? Do you ask family and friends? Problem solution. You saw Ashley's package. She said there was no fresh food that you could get delivered to the house. And then when the pandemic hit, it really grew. So what is there this white space? And then is there a customer base? Do your own poll. Ask family and friends and neighbors. Do you think this is a good idea? This is a problem I have. This is a solution. So those are the 3 questions you first need to ask. But it really, to me, is like it's something inside of you that says this has to happen.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really true. What you simplified it and made it very accessible. It's really a question in many cases of seeing problem, finding solution. That's what most really great businesses do. Let's talk about, we saw in that case in your She Made It series, one person who succeeded, persevered, came through, made a success of it. As you sit down, what are the common threads that make the successes stand out and maybe the ones that don't make it not stand out?
It's so interesting because you heard, you know, a lot of, I mean, when I first tried for QVC, I always had a dream to have a brand. And I went in there 8 times with different ideas, literally. Like one time a shirt turned into a vest and I was unzipping it in the room. And they kept saying no and I kept going back. And so you have to believe in yourself and be your own best advocate. And that's a thread I see through all of these women that we meet, is that you really have to be your own best friend and your own best advocate. Be willing to take a no, be willing to cry and move on. And also be yourself. You know, people make fun of, you know, like if a scented resume or decorating the room or bringing props. Even to this day, there will never be a presentation that I do that doesn't have props. Now, is that a typical way of raising money when you walk into a room? No, but that's my way. And so I feel like a lot of people adjust and say, I need to wear a suit and be like this. And it's be yourself and believe in yourself. And I think that's the best advice I could give.
And perseverance is, of course, at the core of that. You said a moment ago, very tellingly, you wanted to have your own brand. You wanted to brand. As you, and I'm sure many female entrepreneurs want that same thing, what are the key steps to building a brand? What were the key steps to building your brand?
Yeah, so I think it's interesting. You know, I think we sometimes make this bigger than it has to be. So I like to take baby steps. I always say the first step is the hardest, and I say to go from stuck to unstuck. So first of all, pick a name. If you have an idea, go on GoDaddy or name.com, come up with something creative. It doesn't have to be a .com. Tyler, there's so many .co, .store, .movie, .tv. Be creative with the name and come up with one. Just go with it. It's $10 a year. I mean, you're not investing big money, but you need a name. Then a mission statement. You know, I didn't have tools like this. You could literally go on a site like Canva, which is free for some templates, and it will actually walk you through setting up a business plan. What is your mission statement? What's the problem solution? Taking pictures of your items. It gives you places to put them. It's literally a template in Canva that you can do. It's very easy. And you know, we love a QR code, of course, on Steals and Deals. And here too, you're even using it, you know, for people to sign up. You could create your own QR code. You literally can go to QR generator, type in your website, and make your own QR code. There are free ways on .com right now, where on Google, where you could really do this for under $100 and have a whole company set up. I take pictures with my iPhone, literally, like with some of my merchandise. I'll set it up beautifully. I mean, you really have to work at it, but there are very easy ways to do it. And then the platform, where are you selling this? Do you want to go to a flea market? We just did something on flea market finds. You could Google the flea market. They have curators. You can call and say, I have this item. Do you have a need for jewelry? Do you have a need for food? Do you have a need for baked goods? Or to set up a shop on Amazon or Etsy is so easy. And then sites like WooCommerce and Shopify will make your site shoppable. So there are actual tools that are actionable ways for you to start your business.
What was that first one you mentioned? Canva, C-A-N-V-A?
C-A-N-V-A. So that it literally is a template with a background that I do all my presentations on. Right. And it will walk you through it. So it's not intimidating. You don't have to hire someone to make a logo and have a big business plan. If you have an idea and you want to start, that's your first step. Get a name, put together a business plan, have a clear mission statement, and then you're ready to go.
Jill, it has been great to spend a little time with you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
You
Say
bet.
hi to Joe.
I shall. And as the audience can see, energy and conviction are not Jill Martin's problems. Not at all. Thanks a lot, my friend. Good to see you.